Hi there. Yes, the review started by looking at the sentences which were referred to the Court of Appeal by the Attorney General for being too lenient. And they are Emma Tustin, Thomas Hughes and Jordan Monaghan. Now, Jordan Monaghan was given 3 life sentences with a minimum of 40 years in prison for killing his partner and 2 children. But the prosecution say that they want that to be increased to a whole life order, partly because it also involved the attempted murder of another child as well. Now, the Attorney General also wants Emma Tustin, who was responsible for the death of Arthur Lubinjo Hughes, the six-year-old in Solihull, who sadly died with a fatal blow to the head. Now, he had suffered prolonged abuse at the hands of his stepmother and father. The Attorney General wants Emma Tustin's sentence to be increased from the 29 years that she received to a whole life order, and for Thomas Hughes to have his 21 years increased as well. The prosecution said that although he was not the one that gave the fatal blow, he did have an awareness of the risk of the very serious harm to his son, and the other children in the home witnessed the abuse as well. So there's 3 people that are coming forward to have their cases reviewed for being too lenient, but there's also 2 people who are having their cases reviewed to see if they were too high, and they are Wayne Couzens and Ian Stewart. Wayne Couzens, of course, who was convicted for the murder of Sarah Everard and her kidnap and her rape. Now, he was given a whole life order because of the severity of the crime in which it took place as he was a serving Metropolitan Police officer.
Alice, what is the significance of this review?
Well, it's highly significant. It's very rare that we have 5 cases being looked at in this way by multiple judges. And of course, it provokes some very profound questions. You know, should the courts bow to political pressure when it comes to increasing prison sentences for some of the most criminals that we've seen across the newspapers over the last few years? How far should judges take into account the sentencing guidelines, and how much discretion do they have? Of course, this is highly political in terms of when it comes to prison sentences for people like Emma Tustin. There are lots of members of the public who would want a life sentence to mean life. And I think that's a very fundamental question that's being asked in court today. When does life mean life? Although I think it's worth pointing out that whole life orders are actually incredibly rare within our justice system. And if they were to be found to be given out too liberally, it could have profound consequences for our legal system.